Hello, and welcome to another session of Rapscallion in our ongoing series of Rapscallion. Rapscallion, the only video where I've gotten a thumbs down. So it's like the first time on YouTube. I don't know if somebody accidentally hit that or if they actually objected to the last episode. So they didn't leave a comment. But usually those people that leave comments are the people who object to me using pronouns. Hey, my name is Lowell, pronouns he, him. So we are playing Rapscallion from Magpie Games. And our crew last time traveled. We saw you moving on your way. You dealt with the gathering of the treasure. You traveled towards Horizon. We saw an ash storm and uh, a strange procession of whales. And last time we saw you seeing the lights of Horizon off in the distance. And you are arriving fairly late in the day. The sun is starting to set. And Hawaiian, it's been a while since you've been here, but this is the city of the pirate lords. Now, it's called that not because the pirate lords live here, but because this is the place that is always under an ancient pirate truce. And the pirates often come to meet here when they have to meet and discuss. This is the place that they come to. And many of them will often spend time here because it is a place where they can stop and relax and so on. But they also, all of them have their own other places that they keep for themselves. For example, Chowdhury and Locke has a castle Salamanca out in the distance. Now, Horizon itself, it is a city that is set against a kind of a rocky cliffside. Uh, it is a city that, as you approach, there are high points out a little ways away in the water where there are a pair of fortresses f bristling with cannons. They they can rain hellfire down in any direction, in towards the city or out towards the waters. And you have to kind of know the path or have a person, a pilot lead you in because there are so many wrecks and things in the water here that form a kind of a maze that you have to go around. And Captain Humayan, I imagine that it's the point that you have to go and stand by the rudder, stand by the tiller, the wheel,
Hmm.
stand by the wheel, as you are making your way in. The city
Who
itself,
mans the fortress? Who's responsible for that bit of security? Is there a like a council that the pirates set up, or is there some local potentate of some sort?
there is a loose local leadership that are given approval by the pirate lords that are beholden to them. The pirate lords pay them the money. Then they're given the right to tax and those kinds of things. And the pirate lords, make demands on as to what they want in terms of security and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So there is an independent, uh, uh, we'll say, the Burgermeister of Horizon, essentially. Uh, but the horizon does go inland on a large island. There are farms inland. There's a lot of almond farms and things, high water usage farms there. A fairly lush area. But the city itself is is long. There are docks. There are what to those of you who have not seen it before, be kind of struck by much of the buildings and the structure of the city is made up of broken ships, of wrecked ships that have been built into and built on and so on. There is a waterway that leads back to the enormous cavern cave, and there's further things back in that cave. That is where the sort of foundry repair building uh, ship breakdown place happens is back in there. Uh, and and you will sail in. Um, and Tyler, Captain Humayan, how what do you think is the like is the greeting? Is there a group of people that come out to see you? Is there, a pilot representative that comes out to see you? What do you think that process is? Because you're not a lord anymore.
I am not. I think that probably as you are, getting into the harbor itself, the safe harbor, there is probably a flare that will go up as a ship comes in that signals that like a harbor master, harbor representative is going to be rowing out to, see who you are and give you your berth and assess your tax if that's the case would be, and that sort of thing. I think that that's the standard thing that happens.
And there will be that flare and that pause and the pilot. And I do think that your ship is recognizable. It has a certain degree of fame to it.
Hmm.
And I do think the pilot will ask for permission to come aboard,
Permission granted.
and they will climb up. And I think they're a little like taken aback, uh, but they will look around, and they will note and say, "Who is the captain?"
That is I, Hermione Holtz.
Uh, Captain, is this the Star Seeker?
It is indeed.
Uh, Captain, you came and signaled. Do you not still bear your coin?
A little surprised that that's not known. No, I do not.
My apologies, sir. Uh, I'm relatively new. I'm not privy to the affairs of these things. I apologize for the offense.
No offense taken.
Uh, there is a modest tax simply to cover our expenses here.
Of course.
We'll arrange for the berth if your groom will follow my heed.
Absolutely. Uh, are there any of the lords in port at the moment?
Yes, my lord. Uh, at this point, I believe that Sloane is present, as well as uh, the dragonfly,
Dragonfly, that's uh
Lanji, Lanji
lingerie.
May. Yeah, it says Lanji May and Sloane are present. Uh, you just missed Oso and Jumnavast. Uh,
Thank you. I'm I'm a
ah.
little perked up to hear that the dragonfly is here.
And you will come in. They will settle you in. It is it is the place of the free. This is a pirate town. There are rules about large-scale conflicts, sabotage, that kind of things. People's ships are off limits, like you are not to offend, harm, board another person's ship without permission. That is all tied. Uh, On land, you can duel as much as you want, and all of those kinds of things. Everything is permitted at that point, and it is a rough and tumble place.
Marta would have gone through and made sure all of the crew is well aware of the rules. I would have had a conversation, as we were traveling, making sure that all of the
But
command
let's
staff is
have
aware.
that conversation,
All
like
right.
so that you can spell out to your crew what your goal is here, what you want.
All right. I think probably I've arranged for a dinner a day or so out from port. And putting on some pretty good fiddles for us, and making sure that the wine is flowing. As well, we should reach Horizon very soon, and I admit I am looking forward to it. I'm optimistic that an old friend of mine will be present, but I should tell you, have I'll kind of look around. Have any of you been to Horizon before? Cass?
I've only been on this ship.
And during your time here, the Star Seeker has not made this port. Nonius, have you by chance made Horizon?
I've been here before under a different banner.
Hmm, I see. And Vern,
Vern,
I've only heard
let me ask
tales
you a
about it.
thing here. Like, one of the things is you established earlier is that you've got some strong missing memories, some things you don't know, right?
Yeah.
What,
I think I traded my memories away for something at some point,
not
but
sure. What do you see here in Horizon that like you can't pull together exactly what it is, but it seems familiar?
oh, it's there is another ship that looks very familiar. Especially the figurehead looks like it's not it's a very stylized figure of a person. It's not like you can tell it's meant to be a person, but it's not realistic at all. And there's a flag on the ship that is it's like sort of poking at something in the back of my mind, but I can't place it.
Okay. But Vern will answer you as Vern just did.
well, for those of you who have not been, you are going to one of the great cities in our fair, fair world. For no amount of the law touches here. This is a pirate town, and by that I mean it is free. We also respect each other and Horizon, certainly to an extent. And I will go through the rules. We don't go aboard another ship. We do not cause trouble for the other's crew as a crew, or that sort of thing. We don't cause trouble in the town because it is all of our duty to make sure that Horizon stays strong, stays peaceable, and then I will launch into a laugh and talk about the very individual fights and grudges and duels and that sort of thing, and the wondrous revolt nature of how those are. Um, but making sure that everyone is aware that you will, as a member of the Star Seeker, we are representative of our ship and our crew. As an individual, you are free to have your fun, that sort of thing, but be conscious that you will be reflecting on your crewmates and your ship, and that you are expected to do the right thing there. Um, and I will kind of, lay out that you can find nearly anything you desire here in Horizon. It is a marvelous place, and while I admit my station is somewhat reduced from when I last was here, uh, it is still a wonder, and I look forward to returning to it.
The first mate, who has been with you the whole and has been here before, she will say, "I don't know. You can decide how you wish to say this. You can put this in any way that you might want to. It is entirely in your hands, Captain Humayun, but you might want to. I would point out that there will be certain places that are marked with the sign of a particular lord, and that." We should be extra cautious in entering into any of those places. That's just a suggestion that I might have, and you can take that as you will
Very,
on that.
very good, Barney. You are absolutely correct. The lords, they are the powers of Horizon. Uh, Tread carefully in their places. Do not cause them trouble. We, as a crew and as a ship, do not wish enmity with anyone unnecessary, and we don't wish to play our hand on anyone necessary. There will be times when we are outside of Horizon that we will encounter other lords.
And just to point out to all, if it were me, I would also mention that you have a long-standing enmity with Lucid, and that would be a particular bad place to go. And also, we killed one of Athari's lieutenants, and so that would also be a bad place for us to go.
Yes, yes, Arthur. Yes, yes.
If it were me, I might, but it is entirely in your hands how you wish to put that out there.
We should avoid any establishments, and I will make a point to reach into a cabinet, bring out a book, and show the symbols of the lords. Um, you can see there's a kind of hasty scrawl that I put in for what Lucid's symbol is, and it's probably apparent that I may not know it as well, because it's, kind of, it's new-ish, having taken my doubloon, that the others are more well established. Well, not well. He's a horror, but I didn't know them as well. Um, but yes, we probably should avoid that. I'm not as sure that we are. How many are aware of our run-in with the what was it called, the
The Iron Aegis.
Iron Ages? But we
We
cannot
made no
take for
effort to
granted.
hide that, Captain.
Yes, we cannot take for granted that we ended all of them. No, and our ship is certainly quite famous.
Yes.
Uh, and as we finish up, I will actually ask Nonius. Will you hold back just a moment, Nonius?
Yes, sir.
After everyone's left, Nonius, I have brought us here in hopes. I hope that Langshibai will be in port. You have heard of her?
Yes, another one of the pirate lords.
Indeed, eh, and I will say a friend.
And just of note in there, like he's very much phrasing it like one of your comrades, another one of the pirate lords.
Oh, that's nice of you. Um, she and I had favorable relations amongst the well, I well, but I will say that she and I, of the lords, we found allyship more often. She also has a deep hatred of our common enemy.
So an ally worth maintaining and cultivating.
Indeed. I wish to go and see her, and if you would like, you can come with me. We must not offend her, and I will tell you any secret you think you have. Lang Shibai will know. You are not required to come with me, but
No, if you ask my protection and accompaniment, I will come with you.
but do not go in presuming that she will not know anything and all things about you.
A very
It is,
strong and useful ally.
it is the nature of her doubloon, and she has grown very powerful from it. And I think I'll let that drop as this evening.
So you're not actively being hunted at the moment. So there's no extra treasure cost that is required. That may change. There's certain people's conditions that could cause that to happen and things. So just keep that in mind. So everybody will get a downtime move. Uh, Vern, what would you like to do for your downtime move?
Um,
And feel free if you
so
want
it
to
could
start with
be,
a couple of questions about the town. You can ask those to help frame it up if you want.
yeah. I mean, basically, it's like just exploring this place, this port. I'm not sure what. Let's see, what makes the most sense for that. It's like
You'll
I'm not
see,
investigating something
yeah,
specific.
right. There is a large portion of this clearly given over to the pirate cruise. That's one big section. There is a whole host of places that are given over to gambling halls and gaming halls and competitive halls. Like they have all kinds of games to play that are there. The axe throwing and baccarat and mumbly peg and all nine circles of Struthos and all of that. There's a section where in the cave where there are crews working like ants tearing apart old ships and scavenging them with great like hydraulics and lifts and things. You'll probably see a number of dwarves here, for example. Contracted from the mechanism. There's probably at least a mechanism ship here. There is a section of town called the cultivist quarter that is just cults. It's all cults. It's cults all the way down. And in fact, and some of them like are sharing buildings,
Oh,
like where
I'm
they've
gonna go
got
check out the
like
cults.
well,
Yeah.
and of course there's
Oh, no.
the free archivist quarter as well.
Oh,
Um. Oh, okay. Hmm. I feel obligated to go like. Hmm. No, I think the first thing I do is go like check out the cults. Yeah.
Okay.
What is the just like most off the wall cult that I have probably never heard of? That's
Absolutely. You can head there and start looking around to try and figure out what this place is is like. Uh, and uh, so do you think this is investigate? This is make dubious friends? What do you think?
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like what is this exactly? So I'm not really investigating something specific. Um, so maybe it is make dubious friends because I
Okay.
am like, I go and kind of hang out and just watch things for a while, but I've always like if there's anybody who seems to not be doing something at the moment, I'm probably going to go up to them and start asking questions.
Absolutely. Then let us have you roll polish.
Cool. Not that I'm not good at this,
Right.
because why would I do something I'm good at?
Fair enough.
But it's 11. It's 11.
But an 11 will do it. Uh, so on a hit, so I think that you will find, and I think that you'll find in the middle of this cultivist cult section, is a cult of cultivists that have a garden, and are actually like gardener cult. There's a whole little subsection of the cult quarter that is given over to animist cults, but also people who are have brought faiths from Corfu Sounding and from Covert Island, where the plant folk are,
Mhm.
and have brought those particular faiths with them. And I think you will find a, a person uh, by the name of Verdigris Elderberry,
Okay.
and they are the keeper of the compost.
Okay.
Uh, and it strikes you because like everything kind of comes to where they're at. They're kind of the keeper of the dump, the keeper of the compost. You know, they churn the soil, they hand it to the other cultivists, but they also handle a lot of night soils and things like that. And they have a lot of people that are in their employ that go out and handle these things.
Oh,
Uh,
well, I mean, I know a lot of various forms of archaeologists, and I know you can learn a lot from trash. So, but I didn't know people had like based a cult around trash. This is very interesting.
yes, yeah, they will be very excited to talk with you. They will tell you that there's a long-standing uh like the scholars over at the Free Archivists have always turned their nose up, literally and figuratively, at our places here. So I'm always glad to speak with a scholar who knows what they're talking about. And everything falls out here in the city. There's no place to go except for the belows, and people don't go down there. Except what leaks through between the boards and things. So we collect everything here, and it becomes a rich loam. Some of it we send inland, some of it we send there, and some of it we have for private gardens and such and things like that. And of course, for the various plant cult worships that goes on here. Uh, let me read the text of this move once again here. Uh, so what favor do you think that that you'd like from them that they're willing to do for you?
I think weirdly, it's not so much they maybe frame it as a favor to me, but it's actually doing something for them too. Um, they give me like a bucket of this compost to be like used somewhere else, somewhere far away. They don't specify a specific place. Um, and like it has just amazing properties according to them that something magical will grow from it. But also at the same time, they're like this is sort of spreading their religion. Like they might have either some sort of influence or some sort of sense of what happens at the place where this magical thing grows.
To say there are so many things people bring us the soils from around the lands that remain, and then there are also people who go down into the waters and harvest from the soils that lie beneath the waves from the lands that were once rich and beautiful before the stars fell and made this sea. And all of that blends together into what can be these days. And they will give you a thing of magic soil
Cool.
Uh, Nonius,
Hello.
what would you like to do?
So, um, that was the harbor master, the dock master who came out and talked to
The,
us.
the pilot, one of the junior pilots, yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Um, I think he is particularly lucky that I was not, say, impassioned at the time that he started insulting our own captain on our own ship, or I would have challenged him to a duel right then and there. But this is not something that can go unanswered. He brought all of this up and smeared our captain's name in front of the entire ship, in front of his men that came with him. I don't know who he's talked to since then.
Yeah, it was just
Uh,
him, but he could have gone back and talked to all of his people.
and probably has out of one of the bars drinking and just laughing at Captain Humayan at this point. I would like to perform a ritual. Speaking of things we're not good at.
Sure.
So animals, a lot of animals have a sense, a sort of knowledge about death, and rats in particular can often see it coming. And they don't always get away from it. They're just rats, but they have a special sense and affinity to it. So I want to at wherever his office, the harbor master's area, sort of there at night, um, draw a circle, cast a spell, and make a calling, a draw, a pull, so that any rats in the area, in the town, on the island, on any of the ships that know that they're getting close to death will come there and die there.
Okay. Let's have you roll with Spitfire.
So it's the dark of night, and like the breeze is coming off the ocean. The moon just goes behind clouds, and Nonius draws his black blade across his one fleshy palm and pours the blood out into a circle on the wood here. I'm gonna spend a luck. So now I'm just rolling flat. Ooh, that's an 8.
That is an 8. So, what is your pick? It is going to accomplish its goal.
Uh, you are cursed or changed in the process.
I think that uh, you will do that, and you will finish that up, and you will look at yourself, and you will see that there is a black mark squarely in the center of your forehead that you hadn't seen there before, and you're like, "What is that?" And it has appeared. Um,
That's new. Is that a black mark, or a curse sort of thing?
it is a curse. It is a curse, and you're not sure what it is there. Uh, I think that the ritual is also going to have some unintended side effects. Uh, as you call every rat that is dying, that is sick, that is carrying a contagion into the heart of this town.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense to you? So yeah, um, uh, I think when you kind of skulk back to the ship, Marta is there and she will see you and she will say, "What did you do?"
I only did what was necessary.
I don't believe that's the question that I asked you. Now, I know how you might take it, but how I would take it if I were to be answering that question would be to answer it fully and tell the person who asked me, "What did you do?" You would tell them what they did, or else I would just keep my mouth shut and move on past.
He has a look of sort of like, oh, I should have done that, but I can't do that now. I already said something. I have redressed the imbalance in our captain's honor.
You have the black mark of the city upon you. Do not go near any guards. Do not go near any public servants. Do not go near anybody who holds authority here because you are marked as violating the peace of the city.
I violated no peace.
Well, the city seems to think you have, and that's who you have to argue with.
Damn pirate cities.
And then you'll see a coughing, hacking rat go running down the gangplank.
See, helping our ship.
Cass,
I think Cass is a little downcast because he's not supposed to go on the other ships.
without permission.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, that makes things different. Um, yeah, I think I am going to go and investigate.
Absolutely.
And essentially I just want to go and see the other pirate ships. To see what I can learn about them,
Certainly.
essentially.
Let's have you roll vinegar. I always
Sure.
like it when you roll information gathering rolls because
Yeah.
nothing bad ever happens with those.
Nothing better. There's never in my
Historically.
entire gaming life has an information roll gone badly. Only 90% of the time. So this is rolling vinegar, and I can add a luck, I suppose.
Spend a luck
So,
if you wish.
okay. I might do that because I do historically roll badly. Okay. So here we are. I'm rolling 2d6. I'm adding 2. So that's a 10.
That is a 10. So you get to ask 3 questions.
Excellent. So, who is the pirate that we almost like we fought his lieutenant? That guy.
Athari.
Athari.
You
Okay.
killed his lieutenant.
Killed his lieutenant. I did not personally do that, though I was in.
You were instrumental in the destruction of his lieutenant and his lieutenant's magical ship.
That's so. I thought there was some hint that they had lived.
Not
But
that you saw on screen.
Oh, okay. I think that they're dead then. All right. Yeah, I do think that I want to take a good eyes over. I want to see. Want to understand the ship a little better. So, what are the best ways to do that? I gotta look at that question and go, how can I mess that around?
Well, now he's not present in town.
Oh, he isn't. Oh, I thought he was.
No.
Oh, that was who I was looking for. So who?
The other
the pirates
pirate
that are
lord
here,
present, there are 2 like and there'll be probably a few vessels of their fleet. One of them is the Dragonfly, Langeme, and the other one is named Sloan.
Sloan. I've never heard of Sloan. Okay, so I mean, I've heard the name Sloan, but not heard of Sloan's ship much. And I know that Langeme is a friend of the captain, so I won't bother them. But I will go take a look at their ship. And yes, and I have gone to visit the other ones around as much as I can. But So when I'm in the area, that is essentially why I've been there, is I'm just visiting ships, like a groom will do.
So, what can you learn about Sloan is your question.
Yeah, pretty much.
What you will hear, rumor-wise, and then I'll tell you a little bit about their ship.
Okay.
They are not the newest of the pirate lords. That
Okay.
is Lucid Go Lightly. Uh,
Okay. Oh
uh,
yes. The
and
the one that we would probably want to be
right.
taking down, right?
They essentially the order of the Pirate Lord changeovers is Captain Humayan was made a Pirate Lord, then Sloan was made a Pirate Lord, then Captain Humayan lost his status. So those are those
Ah,
three most recent changes.
all right.
Uh, and
And I only met Captain Hermione after he lost his coin,
that
correct?
is correct.
So he
You
lost his
will,
coin, but he got the ship.
yeah, you will hear
Ah,
that Sloan, uh, they uh, they always go out in essentially a black raven, black bird mask, a little bit of a probably an echo of those plague masks, but not
okay,
exactly that.
okay.
Um, but the thing that will strike you is how professional and clean their ship their ships look compared to a lot of others. Like there's a certain attention to detail. Um, like everyone is dressed well. Like they all have, none of them have ragged clothing on or
Like a
anything.
military feel almost.
No, definitely not that. Like it doesn't feel like a
Ah,
military discipline feel, but
okay.
it does feel like someone who spends a good deal of time making sure that their crew is clean and well clothed and fully fed and that. Like it's
Oh,
very
and the ship
striking.
is treated the same way.
That seems to be an outgrowth that the people who are on those ships treat the ship with a certain amount of respect and professionalism. And in fact, I think as you kind of like in that way that when you kind of commune a little bit with the ships, you will get
Hmm.
that sense of kind of pride
Hmm.
that those ships have.
And I give them back the sense of admiration, and so I would never deny a ship its true worth. So
You have two more questions.
I know. Let's see here. How could I get an invitation onto the ship? I am a ship's groom. I think if I came on and, you
You,
know, it,
if you were to arrive early in the day and you were to present yourself and as a ship's groom,
mhm,
if they have a ship's groom on theirs, then you might be able to get an invitation.
that would be excellent. And certainly if the ships are as well taken care for, I hope that there's a groom who gets to enjoy. All right, that
And
will be
your
all good.
third question,
Ah, let's see here. I like the idea that I asked the ship. I know that they are wondrous and dangerous. And what are those dangers? I let them brag to me a little.
they will say, you have not been here long enough. You have not heard the screaming of the ships. You must close your ears to it when it comes.
What ships are they talking about? Do I get some sense? Their
They
own or
they
themselves?
say there is another place in this city, not here on the docks where there are ships and those ships are screaming.
Oh, oh no, I should help them. No,
Yeah, so
go and
that's
tell the captain that we have to rescue their ships.
that's what you'll get. Captain Humayan.
I'm never going to get to come back. Um, well, I'm wanting, first off, I would like to buy some tools so I am capable of doing tinker.
Okay. Let's see. So Tinker Tools, common item to purchase. Let's see. Goods.
I
Uh,
see one for alchemy.
yeah, I
You think
think
it's
that this
roughly
would
the
be
same?
it would be roughly the same. I think that will allow you to tinker and do all of that.
Okay. Then I'll spend 2 of my hard-earned money and buy some tinker tools, and then
Okay.
I am going to tinker as my downtime.
Okay.
Um, so rolling with vinegar, and I am going to add one of my luck to that.
Do you have anybody on board ship that aids with tinkering?
Oh,
Let's check
that's a
your
good
NPCs.
thought.
I think so.
Yes.
Uh, let's see. On the ship, I think we've got the where do we have those?
Let's see.
Uh, there's on the NPC list, it has the thing for Thurlow, who's aids rituals that are strange. And the
Yeah,
doctor is skilled in healing.
Got a carpenter, got a healer, got a
What
first
about
mate machinery.
Rotsenfink? We haven't given any tags
Oh,
to
that's
him.
true.
that's true. We haven't done that. Uh, but Ratsifik is sitting for when people want to do that as a project to get them
Pick
on.
him up as something.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. I don't think
Uh,
we have any in our official ones yet,
I
though.
okay.
don't think so either.
Yeah. I have to look because we've got a list of possible NPCs somewhere around here.
It's at the
We've got
bottom of
someone,
equipment and tags.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. There we go.
yeah, we've
Yeah,
got someone who aids repairs, our carpenter, but that's about the closest.
right.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and have you roll then.
All right. So rolling +2. Come on, let's do well. Oof. That is not enough. That is a 6.
That is a 6. So
Hmm,
let's
I
look at
don't
that
suppose I
move.
have anybody near me who could help.
I don't have bonds with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody
Fix
with
that.
buzz.
I do.
Well, I am attempting to do something for our trip, so I probably would, and it would have something to do with you, actually. So I probably would have asked you to come to assist me, honestly.
Okay.
Sure.
That seems reasonable.
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
want
I'll
to
spend a bond.
spend a bond.
Eh,
Uh,
I'll spend
so
an extra treasure as my 7 to 9. All right. What I'm doing is I'm taking that tongue that I cut out of the crocodile,
okay.
and I am making it a beautiful display case for it.
Okay.
Um,
And
so what
what?
I get to add 3 tags.
Yeah.
And the tags I'm putting on it, um, it's a weapon tag, but can I add pretty?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
I
I
think
put
Nonius is actually very good at like fine detailed etching small designs and patterns.
excellent. I'm going to put then pretty, I'm going to put strange, and I think I'm going to put aid, um,
Parlay?
parlay. Excellent. Aid parlay.
Okay.
As I'm talking with Donia, said, this will be a gift for May. You see, she has a certain fondness for tongues. Uh, and when we go to visit, I suppose I should have mentioned you and she have something rather significant in common. Uh,
Oh,
You will find that she is missing an arm and a leg. She has replaced them with porcelain, and for the most part, but it was also a consequence of lucid golightly.
Hmm. Seems a strange
Perhaps,
material, but having gone with gold, I suppose I don't have a lot of room to talk.
and she is just as capable of of manipulation through these limbs. But
So overall, good that we're going with a surplus of tongues.
yeah, well, I thought it might be a nice little gift.
Uh, so that's our downtime action. I'm assuming you guys don't want to spend three treasure for another one. Uh, so uh, let's go around again and let people call scenes. Uh, Vern, what would you like to call? What scene would you like to have happen here?
Um,
You want to
I
track
don't
down
have
that
anything
duelist?
specifically in mind. I don't remember what that was.
The duelist with the ghost sword?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. If I hear that they're here, I absolutely.
Absolutely. Uh, Tell me, these duelists with the ghost sword, are they male presenting or female presenting?
I think it changes by the day.
I want you to pick one of two there so that I
Oh, okay. They're female today.
Okay. All right then. Let me give a picture there. But I love the idea that they do change from day to day. I'm gonna get an image.
There's like they have a little bit of it's not shape shifting exactly, but there's a little bit of glamour going on. They change their appearance.
I like that quite a bit.
Do
Let me.
you announce that you're going? Would you be open to company?
Um, sure, yeah. I I think that Vern spends a lot of time alone working on the books, but like is not particularly good at keeping secrets. So if he's with someone, he's likely to say whatever pops into his head, if that makes sense. He only seems secretive because he's, often alone.
I've also been very curious about this master.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will. Their name is Robles, as we established last time. And I think in classic fashion, where when you go to look for them, you will find them in a space that has been cleared out, and there are people standing around and about. And there is a pirate with a big battle axe, oiled skin, scars on him that is kind of holding it up. Robles is has kind of short cropped hair. They have uh, clearly lost an eye, uh, though it feels weird about that. In the hand, they've lost their right eye, and they have two blades, uh, a larger saber that is ethereal and translucent, that looks ghostly, and the other blade is a more simple rapier that they use in their left hand. Um, and you will see them kind of clearly ask again if their opponent really wants to do this. And their opponent, laughs at that. And there comes the bit where you have the sense that Robles is very much just getting the measure of their opponent's reach, like how big their swings are, how far they go, how fast they move, and they do that for quite a bit, and then uh, they make some moves to try and get the axe wielder to like be a little more defensive. They do some stabs with their rapier to draw some blood, and eventually they get the uh, axe wielder to like move his axe to like try and parry. And when he does that and kind of puts the axe to kind of block a shot with the rapier to the face, she stabs him through the axe with the ghost blade. It goes right through the axe and into the center of his forehead, as if there's nothing there. And then she twists, and you hear a sound that's almost like a crack as his skull splits open. And then there's blood everywhere, and his body crashes to the ground. And you'll hear a lot of like, it's very clear that all the money was on Robles. So there are only, a few people who are really making money off of idiots who are betting against them. Uh, but you will see that, and you'll see Robles kind of stops and uh, kind of shakes that ghost blade, kind of there's no blood on it, but they kind of shake it. And
Mhm.
then you'll see them, they take the eye patch off. And when they do, the blade vanishes. And you can see that they have what looks like a false eye carved with runes in that socket that is spinning. And it doesn't stop spinning.
I am furiously taking notes and like drawing, like trying to like capture the a sketch of this, although it's
Yeah.
fairly
And
hard to
then
draw something that's constantly
and
in
then their
motion.
head goes, looks right at Nonius.
And I think, like, as we'd been watching the duel, Nonius was obviously very interested. But when that last bit happened, he is like full tension, leaning forward on the balls of his feet. His hand is like a centimeter away from the hilt of his blade. And he will very stiffly make himself bow in acknowledgement of a fine fight.
Are you here for me, Witchkin? Is that why you're here?
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm here specifically about the blade, but you seem to be the one wielding it.
You are a blade of a witch.
I am a
Where's
blade of
your
my captain.
witch blade?
I serve Captain Humayan on the Star Seeker.
They'll kind of frown and they will say, "Where's your witch?" They say it a little more quietly, a little more seriously.
She is nowhere, everywhere. She is beyond on the other side.
Do you still serve?
I still live.
Then you do not still serve. I don't know. This is interesting. Who is that handsome lad next to you?
This is Vern. Vern Causey, chronicler of the Star Seeker.
Chronicler. I like a good chronicler. I like a good story. and they will bow with a flourish. Can they come forward, stretch out their hand to take your hand?
Um,
So soft.
I think, do you not have enough opponents?
I have too many opponents. I do not. I do not wish to make you an opponent. Is that what you were suggesting?
Not me. I wouldn't make much of an opponent. Never been much of a swordsman.
There are other ways that we could tangle. And you see her wait for reaction, and she'll actually turn and look at you, Nonius, like not getting it. What's going on here?
And he's very like, oh, are you done with I have a sword.
Nice.
uh like actually I meant that you seem to be trying to provoke my friend here.
No, no, no.
Is there a reason?
My apologies. Your friend. I, I apologize. I do not
Oh,
presume to
I
speak to.
require no provoking.
No, no, no. I do not wish to speak to your history. I do not know what you have said, but historically, people like him and the people that they guard have traditionally been people who bore an enmity towards me.
Oh,
And
bye.
so my assumption was that is why your comrade, friend, partner was here.
Uh, no, we were just curious.
Ah,
Uh, there was, I look at Nani. I don't think there was any intent to.
This is 1000% not the time.
well, may I, by way of apology, offer to buy both of you a drink?
Of course, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yes, it would be good to get to know each other before, you know, things get more fun.
Fair enough. And they will go to take you to a nearby bar to buy you a drink.
I think at some point on the way, I think, like nudge Nani. Okay, is she hitting on us both or wants to fight us both? Because I'm cool with the hitting on us both, but I'm really not much for the sword.
Why do you draw these unnecessary distinctions?
We'll come back to that. I think we'll come back around on that scene. Um, let's take our break to about two after. That gives it a 10. We'll come back and we'll have scenes called from Cass and from Humayun.
All right.
So, uh, by the way, just to like put things together, I am going to assume, Nanius, that you had a scarf on or something covering your forehead.
Yeah, actually, because I was thinking of it for Humayun's thing, but I ran off with Vern. But I think it's actually one of the pearl inlaid skulls from the galley that he has taken and like split and tied as a mask over his face.
Okay. Uh let's do Cass. Cass, what scene would you like to call?
I think that I do want to go and speak to this other ship's crew.
Okay. Um, I think I would like you to roll
Okay.
uh parlay.
Parlay. Oh,
Yes,
interesting.
it is rolled with polish.
Oh, I don't have that.
Sure you do.
Any,
It's called luck.
oh, yes, I guess I do.
Oh, did anybody
And
get an advance last time? Didn't we? Didn't. Okay. What
so
did you
it's,
take, Captain Humayun?
I took a rather neat move called let's see here down here. Takes one to know one. When you read someone, roll vinegar. On a hit, ask one. On a 10, ask two. On a miss, they ask one instead. You may
Yes.
spend a bond with them to ask all three, even after rolling. What
Excellent.
is your true intention here? How can I get you to do what I want? And what is your Achilles heel? And it's mentioned. It's one of the only moves of the game that lets you know if someone's lying.
Interesting. So Cass, let's have you roll.
okay, so I am gonna spend luck. Um, let's see here, because that's not a ship's move, is it?
No,
So,
it is not.
okay. So ugh, here we go. Oh, dang it. Here it is. Okay, sorry. Thought I lost it. So that's 8 plus 1 is 9.
Absolutely. So you will come and present yourself
Mhm.
there, with the mark and sign of your captain. And uh, I think that the first mate will come down and will look over that and will say, uh, if you will give me a moment, Groom's Cast, I will check with our groom here. And again, not all ships have grooms, but
Right.
this is the key ship of their of Sloane's fleet. So they will go up and they will come back down and say, Kavia will meet with you.
Hmm,
Please come up uh, and they will have a talk with you.
excellent. Thank you.
And let's see, get a couple of details here. So you will come up and you will see certainly someone who looks older than you are. You can see that they have hair and a beard that is braided with pearls and beads, not necessarily wealthy things, but certainly together. They are wearing what looks to be a a set of goggles that are kind of almost like sunglasses, and they will greet you, and they will say, "Cass," and I want you to imagine that they have a very thick accent.
Uh-huh.
Like picture like it's one of those ones where you kind of have to stop and think about it
Uh-huh.
when they talk, but they seem very excited. They talk faster than they ought to when they do that. But Cass, I have met some other ship's grooms, some others from amongst the captains and from other peoples here. You are welcome. Please come aboard.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
this is the seamstress.
Oh, a fine name. A fine name for sailing the seas.
It is, it is, it is. Uh, so let me give you the tour.
Hmm.
And as you would, if
Yes.
someone came above your ship, they will give you the tour clearly what they've been allowed to like show, but walk you around the deck and they'll show you some places where they had to do repairs, and they'll show you the sails, and they'll talk over things, and uh, you know uh, take you up. What do you think the figurehead for the seamstress looks like?
It's interesting. I I think that she is a sea witch, but like one of the ones from the more southern seas. And so they have uh their eyes are sort of different, and they're very beautiful. And they're not as dangerous as the northern ones are. Uh, but they are more likely to, uh, like, if you cause trouble with them, they do attack in huge groups. So, but yeah, and she's lovely, of course, you know.
And he will have like uh, when like one of the messes for the crew is clearly happening, and he will take you over and sit you down, and it's it's good tea with a little sugar and bread. I mean, it's like they are well fed here. And he'll sit down and offers you some, and like sits and chats with you about that while the crew there. And once they kind of move on to go back to their duties, he will say, uh, "You are marked. You have you have a geas. You do not tell
Mm,
me what it is, but you have one.
mm.
Hmm. I have met the others. Some have had more difficult ones and less difficult ones. Um,
And I think looks up and says, I mine is confusing to me. It is a thing that happens all of a sudden in a turmoil, but it is worth it.
I I have heard your name, as have other grooms, you know.
How so? I am only newly back to the seas.
Yes, but the sea wants you.
Uh, yes.
It it asks about you when people are in places where the sea can get a question asked, but it it pursues you.
And sort of nods. It is hard to know what it wishes of me.
The sea keeps its treasures locked away. The sea becomes angry when treasures are taken from it, stolen from it, when the things that it considers its own. It is a greedy, like they said dragons were. The sea is that. And walk with caution. Uh, there are
I will for the
others.
ship and for
Yes.
the one I love.
And he stops and he says, if I were you, and I say this, and you have no reason to believe me or listen to me or anything, but I would not uh, parlay with the other ship's grooms from amongst the pirate lords.
Okay.
Ah, uh, w my lord has instructed us never to take advantage of a good person's weakness. And you strike me as a good person. So I will not say anything to the sea, but there are others, and the other grooms are not like this.
We are fortunate that our captains allow us to be who we are.
Ah, I have never met your captain, but I knew him when he still strode the decks. I knew of him before the betrayal and the mutinies. Um,
Lucid.
uh, when a person is at its lowest, it is people like Lucid that can sweep in to take advantage. And regardless of our goodness and our intent, our lives on the sea are always up to the whims of fate and chance.
And he sort of nods because it is astounding how easy it is to trip over a curse.
100%.
Uh, and I do, she said, I compliment his ship and I ask after the seamstress. I very much, and I invite him to come see my ship.
And he says, I will check with my uh, captain. I know that there are politics amongst the captains, so I do not wish to impose. But I will check, and if it proves that my captain says that it is fine, then I will come and visit and see your ship, which has some fame to it.
Mm, it is old and storied.
Does that feel like scene?
Yes.
Okay. Captain Humayan.
Yes, I am intending to go and see Lang Shimei.
All right. Do you want to take some of your group with you? Do you want to take all of your group with you? Do you want to take just yourself? What do you think? How would you like to play
Uh,
this out?
I was intending to take Nonius, but if he's off and about, um, I don't know how I'll be able to do
I'll go.
that.
Nanius, do you want to, allied that scene with you and Vern, and maybe flash back to it later and do this with Captain Humayan, since that's something you had said you wanted to do earlier, or how would you like to play that, my black marked friend?
I mean, if we can play a little out of time asynchronously.
Yeah, no, if you don't mind, Ethan. Okay.
What if the
Uh,
black mark is there are now two of you? Nonius.
The world is not ready.
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
It all comes
so
crashing down.
there are the different districts and the cantons here, and the different lords have their houses here for when they are present. And I do think that Langimais is perhaps one of the most splendid of those, more ostentatiously presented. And you will send a note ahead, and you will receive a letter back that will invite you to come.
Good, good.
And Nonius has the half skull as a mask, but also is just like as slicked up and polished as he can get. His arm is gleaming. He has his very fanciest cape on. His bare chest is slightly oiled, not ostentatiously, but just enough.
Do you tell me that you've been marked?
No, I mean it's not important.
See. All right. I definitely have my fancy hat on and I'm dressed quite well.
Okay.
And I have with a silk I guess basically a silk tea towel my box with the tongue in it underneath there.
Absolutely. And you will go there to this estate. It is a little bit elevated, one of the sections where you have to kind of walk uphill to get to it. Uh, you can see that clearly some of the cultivatists have been hired on because there actually is a kind of when you see those sort of Floridian estates with the kind of palm grass and gardens and things, and that is there. And you will go in. The house has clearly been magicked to remain cool. Another piece of ostentatiousness. And you will be brought into not a study, but a kind of open air, uh, glass doors out onto the garden patio, a dining room that is very open and airy, and are silver serving platters off to the side. Some effort has been made to lay in a kind of uh, 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 a buffet in a way that says, I don't know what you've been eating lately. I don't know what your circumstances are, but I don't want to offend
Oh,
you by putting a big meal in front of you. So I'm presenting this in a way that allows you to eat that if you wish. And she will rise and greet you. We have a picture of her in the NPC tab,
hmm.
and uh, she, as described, she has a brilliant porcelain uh, uh, arm and leg, and it has decorations on it. It is a different color, but it's not entirely unlike Cass's skin.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Captain Humayan, my old comrade, please come and sit.
Hey,
Help yourself. I laid in too much early this morning. I knew you were coming, so fix yourself a plate and
may I present Nonius, my master of arms?
excellent. Please help yourself, Master Nonius.
Captain May,
Wine,
thank you.
water, juice. What would you like, Captain?
Wine, of course.
Excellent. And she will gesture, and fine wine fit for what is being served there will be brought and placed out for you.
It is very good to see you, May.
I I am glad to see you. I have certainly heard news of you. I knew that you would be back once you were able to obtain a new ship, and a legendary one at that.
Indeed, the Star Seeker, and she is everything that I had heard of her. She is a beauty, and I have a fine groom as well,
Oh,
bound with
excellent.
the ship.
Interesting. Interesting. Usually those are
Yes,
harder to come by these days.
there's mysteries to this ship that I still need to fully understand, but I think it will serve the purpose that I most desire, and that is part of the reason I've come. Um, I will bring out. I also, of course, couldn't come empty-handed to a dear old friend. Uh, I did bring a little something I encountered in our adventures of recent, and
Interesting.
I'll approach forward and remove the top of the sheet with this beautiful case containing uh, weir crocodile tongue.
Oh, very,
My master
very
of arms slew him on an island to the south of here.
interesting, striking. This box is beautiful.
Thank you. I thought that it would be something worthy of display. I crafted it when I arrived.
Well, it
I,
is exquisite.
well, I'm glad that you are pleased. I, Nonius, if you'd be so kind, would you put together a small plate for me?
Of course, Captain. And I will get up and move to a discreet, I'm not listening to you sort of distance and clank around on some plates.
Ah, I'm moving towards a parlay move here.
Absolutely.
As I say, May, I've got the ship. I have a vengeful master of arms who shares our hatred of Lucid. I intend to go after him, and I could use your help.
Let's have you roll that parlay with the +1.
Righty. Six plus 3 is a 9.
9.
I will spend my other bond with the captain
Oh, thank
as
you.
he's making the mention about his vengeful master of arms. I'm over there at the table, and you know, in an attempt to reach something on the far side of the table, he will like sweep back one side of his cloak and expose the shoulder that leads into the golden arm. And on his shoulder and collarbone, there is a burned scar of a handprint where Lucid grabbed his shoulder by one hand and ripped the arm off with the other.
Yes, but you will excuse me for saying so. I mean this in the best possible way, Captain Humayan, but you are not ready.
No, I agree. And
When the
that is why
time
I've come.
comes, I will assist, but Captain Humayan, as you are now, a single ship.
I don't come thinking that seeking to be an arrow straight to the heart. But what I need is what you are most capable of providing. I need to know how to attack his strength and whittle it down. I need the pathway to weaken him.
I will have to think on this.
Of course,
It would have been easier if you had not already made an enemy of Athari.
I understand that.
Because you have moved against one of us in a very loud way, you have put the others on a certain amount of nervousness. Most often, there is no loss. People do not leave our order except, boots up. And
Yes,
so there was some discussion about whether it would behoove us to have you killed. The vote was against it. 4 to
that
3.
is surprising. I am pleased to hear. I understand also is in port.
He just left. He and Jim Nevest actually had some kind of argument. I'm still working on getting the details of it, but they left from here not too long ago, before you left.
Sloane is in port, though.
Sloan, myself, and Athari voted against having you put down. Athari, for he is strange, and judging his motives is never easy. So
It's possible with Sloane in port. My master of arms is well acquainted with is lovers with the same that Sloane is so deeply associated with.
I know exactly who your master of arms is, believe me.
I had no doubt you did.
Yes, and That makes this doubly difficult because what you are asking is not a game against Go Lightly, but against the witches who are out there looking for you and for him. So you ally with me, and I add one to your number, but consider that the force that you fight is
What
also large.
do you think Sloan would be open to discussions?
I would be very cautious with Sloan. Oh, she has her own code and way of things. Um, I until Lucid does something that draws her direct ire, I do not think she would move against a fellow captain. But if he can be drawn into such a thing, I think that is perhaps the way that needs to go. You need to see how you can pit him against the others, uh, and draw ire. And if you could get him to tangle with Athari or with Oso, because Oso is always up for a fight.
Very true.
Also, Oso is also bears no love for the witches as well. Keep in mind because he has died 7 times. So, but there is another issue that I should bring to your attention that
Yes.
uh, there is a thing that has happened that you must now take into account and be cautious of. This has happened before, but it has been some time in the annals of the pirate lords. The black coin has returned. It is it is a fallen pirate lord. It is one of our lords who journeyed into hell, drawn their ship and all into there, and made a deal at the cost of their doubloon. And they returned back with a piece of the fallen star, with a piece of the doubloon that is cursed and darkened. They have come back every decade, centuries, but they have not. But now they have reappeared, and they hunt all things pirate.
They,
And when I say pirate, I mean that very specifically because they will join forces with the Navy.
twice cursed them. Well, that is something to be aware of. And I am presuming they are extraordinarily powerful.
They are out there. They bear strange powers. They travel at night, and they have struck a handful of privateers and pirates across the seas. No warning, no quarter.
Were they to be sunk, however, that would probably raise a captain who did such a thing up in many folks' estimation, wouldn't it?
It likely would. If such a risk, it's always worth it, but
I'm in a
But
position where I must take risks.
I will give you a navigational map. I have an island off the beaten path that has served as a refuge in the past, a place where a good birth. There is a small set of people there that keep it intact for me as a place to essentially hole up in safety closer to Nartessos and in the uh, eastern waters. I will
Mm,
give you that, and I will give you a note so that should you need to seek refuge there, outside of these waters, then you can do that.
thank you, Mommy. I, as I say, it is good to see you. And I cannot express how much I appreciate that you are willing to extend your friendship still.
I will try. I'm sorry that I cannot commit myself more, but trust that now that I know that you are alive and this is sincerely your intention, I will draw together what I can for you.
If there are opportunities to bait Lucid into foolishness, let me know. And of course, if there is anything a free agent can do to assist in any endeavor of yours, you have but to ask.
Well, I will keep that in mind, and I hope that you are not baited into foolishness. And she will look at Nonius.
Sort of pull the mask down a little bit lower.
I I will admit my crew is a high-spirited one, but they are loyal, if undisciplined. Certainly elements of them.
There are some people who have been in town who have asked about your chronicler.
Mr. Causey,
Yes. And she will reach in and she will pull out a sketch and she will push it forward. And you will see there is a rough pencil sketch of Vern.
of all of my crew, this is the one I was not I was least expecting to have drawn that much attention.
Well, they were here perhaps a week before you arrived.
What were they? Why were they looking for it?
I do not know. It seemed to me that they had some history with your Mr. Causey.
Any name to them that I can take and to ask about?
Well, I do not wish to say because I do not necessarily wish to get entangled with the bouquet of the roses.
I understand. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Master Nonius,
Captain,
may I suggest that you attend at one of the city temples?
temples?
Yes, there are cultists here, and there are temples of other faiths, and there is a temple to the city itself and its spirit. But I merely put that out there as a suggestion on your part. You are more than welcome to keep your own counsel on these things.
It does sound like an interesting tourist spot.
Take that as you will. Captain Mayan?
Thank you. And I will spend a few minutes at least drinking my wine,
Right.
having a few nibbly, and just maybe talking old times
Oh,
for,
absolutely.
light talk before heading out. And as we head out, I'll say, or do you have anything? I'm sorry, Patrick, were you wanting anything in the?
No.
Okay. As we head out, I will say, Nonius, have you done something that might have angered the city?
I
Visit the temple like she would, and she does not offer advice that you should ever ignore.
Yes, sir.
And we leave.
Absolutely.
Was that enough forthrightness for Captain Humine to get a bond on
Ooh,
that 10 plus?
Yes, absolutely.
ooh, lovely. Thank you.
I forgot we glossed over that. Thank you, Patrick. Bonds are so delicious.
Yes.
Um, why don't we stop here? And that'll give us a place where if we still want to do some stuff in town, we can do that next time and then kind of figure out where we want to go from there. Uh, sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a chapter end. We're kind of sort of in the middle of things, so we won't do that. Uh, but I would like to do stars and wishes. Uh, Ethan. Also recognizing that we are going to start out with the conversation with Robles at the first. That's going to
Okay.
be our first thing next
Okay.
time.
And I'll hear y'all.
Uh, um, yeah, stars for all of the many like hints of things going on. Uh,
Yes, you haven't even
I
gotten to the
really
archivist quarter yet.
right. I know there are so many different hints of so many different things going on in the background. It's very intriguing, and there are many different threads to follow, and uh, have no idea which ones to follow at any given time. But I have a really strong sense that like there are threads to follow and they all go to interesting places, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
it's like stars for a really good job of seeding a million different intriguing possibilities into this setting.
Hmm.
awesome. Anything wishes wise that you want to see in the city before we would move on?
um I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay. Nonius.
Yeah, I agree. Like every other thing, I was just like, ooh, I want to go do that. Ooh, I want to go do that. Ooh, I want to go do that. Um, I always love getting to hang out with Vern. We just I somehow find the weirdest trouble and the strangest people. Um, and it's great. I love the thing of like, is is she flirting with us or does she want to fight? Oh, that was lovely. And I just all the hints of like I'm sort of insulted that Vern is the most infamous person here right now. It's I feel like
Well, that
people are
just means
disrespecting
nobody
me.
has found out about the plague yet.
True.
Good point. Good. Thank you. You always know what to say to make me feel better. Um, I I always enjoy cast talking to the other ships and the other grooms. That whole that is a very unique piece of mythology that we built up for this game, mostly you've built up for this game, Sherry, that I don't recognize it from other things. It doesn't feel familiar. It feels strange and new and particular to this, and it's super duper cool. Um, and Tyler, I'm glad Captain got a chance to meet up with Langshi. I know she's a big part of your backstory, and this is the first like pirate lord that we've gotten a solid meeting with and in an interaction directly with them. So that was very cool. Like I said, there's a lot of things I want to get into. I definitely I need more flirting or fighting with Robles. Either, don't care. I think these different like bars and hangouts of the different pirate lord factions sound cool. The idea that like the whole demeanor and sort of like interest of the city shifts based on who is actually in seat at the moment. It's a very different city right now with Langshi Mai and Sloan than it might be with like Lucid and one of the other like Jumnavast here. It would be like crazy different. And I like that feel for the city. That's very good for the pirate stronghold. It is constant and stable, but also always changing. It's nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Wishes just more insanity with Robles and that
Okay.
weird sword and the uncomfortable violent flirting.
All right. Captain Humayan.
This was delightful. I love the kind of depth of lore of the city. It felt really neat getting in here, and it seemed very alive. And that was super cool. I was really looking forward to getting here. It's, we're kind of, I mean, we're sort of the free people ourselves. This is very home for us. And I mean, there's so much it feels like we could do here. I'm excited by being in the city. It feels like more than just a port to do a downtime and leave. Um, I Sherry, I love, as Patrick say, the the neatness of the kind of hospitality of the grooms is very cool. And that's something you working with Lowell have brought up. But I love the openness of Cass. You go in with a very open heart, open mind to go to speak to these, everywhere you're going. And it feels naive isn't the right word as much as like just just open, just wanting to learn, wanting to be a part of it, excited by something new. And that is such a lovely quality in a character. Cass comes across as a one of the less worldly, but he's so knowledgeable and capable in their sphere. And so when we see you interacting with other ships and other grooms, it it just brings on this very uh, great depth to your character, which is just wonderful. And I love the reaction to, oh, well, I gotta go stop that when he heard the chips are crying. I'm like, oh Lord, you're gonna go hit the scrap yards and make it. It's going to be terrible. Um, Ethan, your character is so delightful. He wonderfully gets into trouble. You and Nonius together are like the thing that makes me toss and turn in my bunk at night. It's like, oh, good Lord, what are you? And I like the Lowell, you kind of bringing in this, we're gonna kind of reveal some things about Vern. I love the concept of y'all, developing more in that. That's really cool. So I'm excited to see some of the things and learning more about your backstory, having that develop out. Um, Patrick, I was touched. You would go and defend my honor by breaking my orders, but still, it's touching. You would go and cause this trouble. But you were on very good behavior when we went to see Lan Mai, which I really appreciate that. Um, so and, you know, I love my crew. It is really wonderful serving with y'all and seeing what y'all are and what you bring makes me so happy. Lowell, I loved how you did Langji. It could have been, there's so many choices you could have made with that. Having it be a real friendship, but an honest one. Like I can't stick my deck out too far here. And there's only so much, you're not worth the investment at this point. You can't win. Um, but being, we can start getting things rolling, but I'm not going to throw everything behind this until you've proven that we've got a thing to do. Thought that was cool. Love the idea of the cursed doubloon as well. That's kind of cool. Uh, Wishes. I am looking forward to a bit more here on Horizon. I do think it'd be fun to see more of the city. Um, and in kind of a more long term, I'm looking forward to getting out there and tracking down someone to for money and influence. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that. I I spent a shitload of money right off the bat when I got some, so I'm always churning through my cash. I need more.
I want to make sure you're good with what you kind of got from her, the promise, the advice, the bond, and the refuge. Is that good
Yeah,
for that?
yeah.
I just want to
All of
make sure
that
that
stuff.
you felt like that paid off for the investment
Yeah, I
that you
think
made
that
there.
that felt good.
Okay.
It really felt good to establish where we are.
Hmm.
And then we could do things like when I'm in port, I could take that renowned bit of we get some information, and maybe that could be something from her. Or when you're ready to throw a plot point in, she could be a part of that.
Okay.
I think that's really good. I think it was good groundwork.
Yeah. And one of the other things about Horizon is we've got some of the Leviathan hunters here. I've suggested that we've got the assassins here. I've also mentioned that we have some of the dwarfs and the mechanism. I know some people had asked about factions having them present, so that's part of the reason that I've kind of seeded those things out there. Cass, you muted.
Sorry. So should I pay you 3 treasures so we can do another set of downtime? Is that kind of what you're hitting it around, trying to lay
You can
the
do RP scenes,
to the honey?
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you'll have
good.
plenty of chance for that.
Okay,
You
good.
know,
Because you have made this an embarrassment of riches sort of city where there's just a ton more to see. So it it's so many great little stories, so many starts and fabulous characters. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know. Uh I do have to say Nonius as a sort of engine of curse and disadvantage is is a thing to behold every single episode. I'm always amazed. It's like you're always this close to death. You're under a
I'm always
black
cursed, but
cloud.
it's always a new curse.
yeah.
Exactly. It's never the same one twice.
Do
You
you want
can't
to see
even
my
get
curse
used to the
scrapbook?
curse. Yes. Oh my gosh, if anyone could have one, that would be it. It is always sort of amazing. It never gets samey. It is always another different terrible thing. I enjoy that. And Vern, who just wanders in to the weirdest thing in town every time. And you know, and even when they set a goal to go to the weirdest thing, they find an even weirder thing than I could have ever imagined. So it is always satisfying. And I do have to say, I I think that for Cass, um, Captain Hubrian is like the coolest, like I said, father figure maybe uncle figure in some ways. If that makes any sense. He's just always like he's invested in the ship and the crew, and he has this kind of level of that he has the responsibilities and stuff, but he still takes really good care of. And it's just, and he takes good care of the ship. I don't know, it's really good stuff. They're great characters, fun to interact with. It's turning out pretty good.
Awesome.
So I'm enjoying it.
Awesome.
Y'all are great.
I am going to thank you all, and I'm going to stop the recording. And I